Hello and welcome to the Carthago showroom in Aulendorf in southern Germany. This motorhome is a Chic C-Line. As you can see, it's integrated 4.9 LE. The LE tells us that it's got a German layout in the back, and this vehicle, whereas its base price is 107,000, in this case, with the extras, you're probably looking at 120, 130, who knows. 739 centimeters long, 227 in width, 289 in height. All of Carthago's models are 227, except for the compact line. So, empty weight 3,150, and you can put it up to 4.5 tons. It's on the Alco 40 heavy frame, or chassis I should say, really. And this vehicle can carry 170 litres of fresh water and 140 of wastewater. So if you're thinking of carrying any water around with you, you certainly wouldn't want to have it on a 3.5 ton basis. So 7 metre van, or 7.5 metre class, I think we should really say, rather than 7 metre. It's closer to 7.5 than 7. And right, it's using a interior design that Carthago has now used for a couple of years. It has an interesting feature here. We have, oh, that was very easy. Didn't mean to do it that. Just meant to show quickly and bang the whole thing in with us. That's a good point. You lift this up here and you've got this great storage area down below. And if you open this up, light comes on. I like that feature about the light coming on. I know it seems pretty obvious, but there's plenty of people who don't do it. There we go. Such as whoever built this side of it. Oh no, sorry, I'm not the thing yet. That's why it hasn't come up. There we go. So there you have the pillow, not pillow, what do you call it, mattress, that will form part of the bed. Whilst I'm here, I'm going to stick my leg down to the bottom, right down here. And so I have to say that this here, it's up to my waist. So it shows you the depth that has achieved, and that's achieved it because the bottom bit there, this is the double floor, and because the vehicle's raised so high, this is, I know I'm always going about how great double floors are in my videos, but well, anyway, that's part of the reason, the storage. Let's pull this thing here forward. So we've got a staircase here, and I think this will come here a little bit further out as well. Yeah, this one here comes with a screw, so you might, well, that's probably one of the options. And let's pull the thing out here. Now, normally we'd put this thing here in there to give you an idea, but as I don't want to take it out of its plastic bag, and somebody might want it in its plastic bag, so I'll leave it in its plastic bag. I'll close this, and I'll close this. And now you see you've got this, and I'll put this at the back here so it looks as though, there we go, that doesn't really work. I'll put this here like that, so you'll never know now. There we go. You'll never know that was like that. And there you go, there's the bed, mate. Notice that the bed is longer on the left hand side than on the right from here. So that's quite handy if one of you happens to be taller than the person you're with. Always handy if there's two of you. So in the steps we have of course got a bit of space for storage, and now we can't open the wardrobe doors from the side, but we can open them from the top. Now I'm going to get into this bed and show you some of the other features. In fact, I'll open this up first. In some Carthago models, this is a television. And you could put a television there if you want. This one has been designed for people like me who'd rather have storage than a television. If I come to the back, being careful not to put my shoes on the bed, there's the view down the vehicle. Of course, in normal circumstances, I wouldn't be in bed with my shoes on. You've got drawers up here, which are a bit difficult to open. Oh no, I did that without any problem. And so you've got storage there. Can't see the point of this at all. These corner bits, I noticed they're putting them in the Malibu vans as well now. The motorhomes, that is. Now, there should be some USBs here, and there is. There's one. There's a USB. Notice the quality of the hinges. I know I go on our hinges in some videos, but I think, having learned a bit about hinges, how important they are in the motorhome world, and you know how some companies try to save money, and it's only a couple of euros per hinge in the quantities that they're buying them in. Seems a bit pointless, but a weak hinge in my opinion. And there are those vans where the things only stand up with difficulty. Let's have a look also at this. There we go. Space in there. So if you want to lock the door, you can do that by opening this here, and that comes out like that. And at the other side, Carthago has now started putting in a thing here. This makes far more sense. Pull that out, but I just want to demonstrate if I can. I'm using quite a lot of force. These things rattle, but that, I'm using a lot of force there. I don't think that's going to rattle at all. It probably rattle now. That was a good idea, that little thing there. This comes across in this motion, and now we're sort of locked in, or closed in I should say, closed in the van. Alternatively, you could have this here, because you want to use the shower or the toilet. Let's see how much room there is with it all closed off. Right, where's the light for this thing? I can't remember. There it is. And so let's go in the shower. See me in the shower. There we go. Got my shoes on, the duckboard's underneath, and there's still all this space above me. So no problem there. There's plenty of standing height, and at least it is for me. What's that? Oh, it's about 198, 2 meters, something like that. I know that people are taller than that. I do feel sorry for those who are taller than that. But this would fit nearly all people would manage to be in here. Nice little thing in there, a basket, dirty things needing washing, and molded sink, storage behind the mirrors, except for this one here. And there you go. This, I think, is a really nice bathroom. There you go. And there's the shower in more detail. And with 173 litres of water, that'll go for some time. Another feature here, you've got this door here which will close. Held on by a magnet, which is still quite strong. And if you want to go into the toilet, I'll even demonstrate the toilet for you. You can close that there. Now, here we are, not a huge amount of space. There we are. I shall go into the toilet and show you the leg room. There you go. But anyway, if that's not enough for you, you can sort of leave this open here. Any ideas how to open it? There we go. That's possibly a little more space for you. So I shall close this. I really like that little stop. I think that's a great advantage, in my opinion. Here, I'll put this back, shall I? And I'll push this back as well a bit. There we go. Now, down here, note there's a flat floor all the way back, and having sung the glories of a double floor, let's now examine what this double floor has got. There you go, tanks down there. Storage there, and look how deep it is. Brilliant, really, I think. Storage there, under as well, and the water release is to the left if you want to drain your tank. Right, now this vehicle is in its rest position, and you can see how the chairs nicely turn round. Incidentally, I've got some of these chairs, the same ones in the same colour, to put in my own van. And okay, here, reversing camera, big bus type mirrors on either side, and this sideboard is the same colour as the dashboard up front. And I shall now sit down here and show what this looks like. So I think this looks quite nice from here. Of course I could do without this bed, so if I stand up quickly I hit my head, although fortunately it is quite soft. Well, it wouldn't be if I hit it there. And storage up here as well. Right, okay. Three burners, large sink, storage under here, which opens like this. Now it looks as though it's just going to hit, the two things are going to hit. That, I'd say that was pretty precise, really. Oh. This one opens as well. As does this one. That's quite a deep one. Look, that's really deep. Yep, that's quite nice. And this will open as well. There we go. And what's more, super. And here's the bin. You've got both. You've got your. Really, that's a very small thing. But once more, I don't know anybody that's doing something quite like that. Maybe in different sort of formats. But I like that. That's the sort of thing that appeals to me. It's a little detail, but it shows the practicality of living in a van. No soft close though. It's supposed to be possible, something like that. There's your wine there, cellar. And right, LED throughout, of course. And let's open this thing here up. There we go. There's where you keep your glasses. I think that's a. Well, if that's not a glass, it certainly feels like one. And I don't know what the point of this is. There probably is a point to it. It's probably where you keep your cup. Right, Carthago has got this coffee solution. Oops, just knocked that over. It's got this coffee solution here, which make one of these Nespresso machines, and that is an option. Also, it's got this, which I can't. It's not very deep. Things, you know, I often think the things are going to start flying off there, but to be quite honest, in my own van, I've got something similar. It does happen that occasionally things fly off, but only when I go down a dodgy road in Italy. And right, lovely indirect lighting here. And next to that we have slide out pantry, and the slide out pantry is next to the fridge, the freezer and the oven. There you go. You might want to take the plastic out of the oven though first, before using it. Alright, now television pops up over there, and this is a very, very attractive vehicle. I like this. Anyway, so indirect lighting there as well, with this decorative thing. I'm not so keen on decorative things in motorhomes, but sometimes they do look really nice. I mean, Niesman Bishop has these decorative things that look very nice. I think that's quite attractive. Right, into the double floor, although from here we don't get a particularly good view. No, from there. The only, if I was going to make one criticism of this, it is a bit on the low side. But I could see that occasionally getting banged. Huge garage. I think it's 300 kilos. I've forgotten the weight you can put in here. I think it's 300. Storage. And the oh, this one hasn't got an awning on, but I can see there's meant to be an awning on it. It does have a winch for the awning. And that's the underfloor storage. Double floor. Right. I'll have a look at one with a queen bed. This is a starting price of 107.5. Empty weight 3,157, 48 centimeters long. So it'll still take a ton of payload on a 4.5 ton basis. This one's on a automatic gearbox. It's also storage below the shower, and because of the shape of the bed, you need a bit of space to get round the bed. So that's what the shower now becomes, also a passageway when it's not a shower. And we have another one of these doors, but this one's far more complicated. You see, it looks a bit like a railway junction up there, and so I release it from here. This comes across and that comes to there. Once that stops, this bit here comes out, and that's how that door works. What's the door look like? Well, if you're in bed, you've got the view, but you might say, oh well, you've got another door there, which you might want, you can use if you want. Alternatively, let's close this back here. You could have it like that, or, which makes sense, or also this door comes across, you can see up there. Now this was a feature introduced 2 years ago, and so far I haven't heard any complaints, although, and people do complain to me, to me it does seem to be a bit over engineered, but if it's working, then fair enough. I have my doubts about it on long-term use. Close this here, turn the light on, and there's me in the mirror. And So this is, it's not a dressing room because there's no nowhere to dress from. You'd have to bring your clothes with you. But this is what this looks like closed off. So if you, I do appreciate that some people mightn't like being in an enclosed space. So making the, like, for example, the space of the toilet a bit bigger makes a certain amount of sense. You'll open this and then this closes back. There you go. Now, here's a good bit of advice. Engage into the locking before setting off. Okay, so this will swing across if not. And this needs to be locked down here as well. I've had it when I've been driving a van and I hear bang, 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 and I can't find what's wrong. Get out, do an investigation. It's only when I get to my destination I realise that the door wasn't closed properly. But isn't that elegant? I think that's wonderful. Anyway, okay. Let's go and see some more Chic C-Line motorhomes. So this one here has also got a queen bed. This one's a bit bigger, as I recall. And what this has got here is a length of 779 centimeters, 227, 289. So that's sort of going up in size. 109, 108,500 euros. Base price. Okay, so this one here has got a face-to-face, to use the German expression, and kitchen, somewhat similar, and the bed at the back, which is the same, more or less. It's got the same junction up here. So for this version, effectively, it's longer face to face. So I can see advantages for both. For me personally, doing what I do, I need the table against the wall. But I can appreciate if there's like 2 or 4 of you or something, then around the table is much more convenient. So here, so this is the 5.9 XL LE. This one here, 853 Chic C-Line, still obviously, 227, 294.5 centimeters. This empty weight 3,720. You can put it on a 5.5 ton basis, which will give you a stack of payload. It's got a tag axle at the back, which is either a single axle or tag axle. And so what have they done with the extra space? Well, the lounge just seems to be a bit bigger. This is more open. The oven has moved under the cooker. Here, instead of the oven, we've got a drawer. And here we've got this, okay, back bedroom. Very similar. Although one thing it's got, which other ones didn't have, are these ledges, which I think are completely pointless. But what it has up to offer is this wonderful, huge bathroom. So your toilet's there. The door for the area is here. So unlock this, pull this down. That goes across, and this will come across, possibly. Possibly. Isn't that nice? Now, so you've got this enormous washroom, and at a cost, effectively, of not many more centimeters. The vehicle is not much longer, and this now is a genuine dressing room because you've got your wardrobe here, and you've also got a separate toilet. So it's very much, I think, a individual dressing room. Wonderful. All this space in here. Let's go on. And even look at the effect from down here. So here's another one, tag axle also. We'll have a quick peek in this. Well, there's a slight difference in style between the two, because this one has got a television there. This is the next one. This is a Chic E-Line. I'll just stick the camera around a little bit to give you a little bit of an idea. Mind you, this is going up in price quite considerably. This thing's going to cost 171,000. I think the bed one is longer than this one. Mind you, I have to say, I prefer the one with the washroom, which is quite a bit cheaper. The changing room, I should say. Wonderful though it looks. This is a similar price range. Of course, the price is now just going up and up and up. So this is 180. This is the Chic E-Line. The E-Line and the S-Plus, which is at the top of the range, are effectively the same thing, just on different vehicles. So, Chic S-Plus. Here we're looking at 220,000 for this one here, and this one here is 860 centimeters in length. So effectively, it's two of the first one we saw, just about, for one of these. Look how it combines this wonderful washroom with this with the beds and toilets. To me that looks really fantastic, but then again, this, for me being a sort of a motorhome fanatic myself, then it appears that way. I've done these vehicles in more detail, and finally the in my opinion, this absolutely the top of the range. The liner for two at a cost of €237,000 on an Iveco base. Bed above, seats below, storage, and the bed will drop down. I'll show you that in a different video. Here, wash area. And this wonderful, absolutely marvelous seating area here with the lockers. It really does look like an exclusive club or something of that nature. And television over here would go over here. Sorry, it's not there at the moment, but it would go there. And what I can do, I can press this button here, and this lounger comes out. See, the chair expands out, and no one else is doing this fantastic idea, and that is something I just can't understand why. It's really good. I mean, most vehicles don't have the possibility. So you've got this lounger here in front of the television. Absolutely wonderful. The problem for me is I could never drive. Well, assuming I found €230,000. Okay, let's supposing in 20 years' time, the price would come down to a reasonable amount, used vehicle. But I wouldn't be able to drive it now because it's too long for me. But I think that's really wonderful vehicle, lovely. So I've tried to give some of the options to this. I'll show you the things what we have here. Malibu, this is at the cheap end, so they're cheap and still camper van here, which costs €75,000. And so these ones here, 62, something like that. So it's roughly you get two of these camper vans for the first motorhome we saw. We have the Malibu motorhomes here, which to be quite honest, this doesn't seem to me to be a great deal of difference between the Malibu motorhomes and the Carthago motorhomes. And at the bottom we've got the C Tourer. So the super lightweight version, the compact line, which I think is particularly interesting. Since we're here, I'll just nip in. What's interesting about this is that it's 212 centimeters only in width, and particularly for people who are new to motorhoming, then a wide vehicle, I think it's a little bit daunting. And if you're used to it, I mean, I think driving is probably a little bit daunting for most people. You try teaching somebody who's an adult, over 40 to drive. It's not that easy. And so for somebody moving from a car to a motorhome, then I think it would be somewhat difficult. There was a lady I started seeing, and so I popped the question to her, and I said, do you think you could drive a 235 centimeter long vehicle without any problems? So that's the thing you really want to know. And she said she couldn't. So that was a pity. Anyway, so the lightweight vehicle. You can see I've filmed all of these vehicles here in depth, and so you can get a good idea about what's happening with them. So I'm going to take you now back to the one I started off with, which was this one here, this integrated 4.9 LE Carthago Chic C-Line. I'm going to close the door to finish off with. The doors, incidentally, now you've got the central locking with the driver's side, and on the more the top of the range ones, you've got central locking for everything, the flaps as well. So we've got 2 locks on it, and three hinges. In some the more expensive ones as well, as from 2022, they're using these really reinforced hinges. And note also, I'll point out this, how the mosquito net, a fly net, is incorporated into the vehicle. Even a little, that's a nice little gesture here. So, little thing here, just put your foot and to pull it out. I like that. So, thanks so much for watching. You've lasted 36 minutes with me, and so I've given you an overview there, Chic C-Line from Carthago in 2022 season. You've also seen the E-lines as well. So all the best from Allendorf, Germany.